Guys, how are you? Please forgive the background noise if you can indeed hear it. I just wanted to check in today. It's been a long day. Um, I think the overall feeling is something that a lot of us are dealing with right now. Um, and this is when I think it's so important that we as nurses really take a look at how we're feeling and pay attention to the burdens we're carrying. Really pay attention to what has us mentally bogged down. It's been quite a few days, a few months, but over the weekend, an ICU nurse was murdered in Minneapolis. And it weighed really heavy on my heart because regardless of people's political affiliations, you look at the nature of a person and what people do for a living or what people do in their spare time, what people say about you when the cameras aren't rolling, because for many of us, we won't live this lifetime where people will be speaking about us on a national stage, where people all over the world would know our name or will know our names. It just speaks to your character when you're this person, and certainly not a person who's done nothing wrong in their entire lives, but someone who overwhelmingly, no matter who you speak to, can say, yeah, they were genuinely a good person. And it's almost like something that nurses are trained to do and something we find ourselves doing all the time, which is compartmentalizing our feelings. Watching what took place, taking that in, processing that, trying to rationalize what we see and why things are done the way they're done. It isn't easy to always come up with the answers as to the why, but we've been taught and trained to continue to move forward. Sure, you may be able to acknowledge that feeling for a moment, but we really don't necessarily have the freedom, or we haven't been given the freedom to just sit with those feelings and what that means for us. If nothing else, it's shown me that life is fleeting, that if we're not careful, we will spend the majority of our lives caring for others, which isn't a bad thing. But we have to make sure that we are living life ourselves. As the tributes continue to pour in about this ICU nurse who worked at the VA. And I had to kind of explain to people like my parents. I was talking to my dad about nurses who work for the VA, that sometimes it's a real labor of love because You aren't even financially compensated the same way other nurses are who may work at a larger health institution or facility. And it just crushed me to see someone who did what they do naturally, advocate for others, to see that be their last act on this earth. Again, we get so used to taking it in, tucking it away, and moving forward because people rely on us to take care of them, to make sure they're well. We don't often give ourselves space and time to really come to terms with what we're dealing with in our lives. And I can't stress this enough. Now more than ever, we have to consider our mental health. We have to consider what that looks like for us on a daily basis because we can't continue to be bombarded by so much, take so much in, and not have a way to release. I am hoping that these recent events will cause us as nurses to look at the lives we live, the true impact we have the opportunity to make, the lives that can truly be touched and changed by our actions, by our caring, by just being a safe space. And as we are safe spaces for our patients and for those we come into contact with each day, I invite you, I implore you, please find a safe space for yourself. That one person you can talk to, your village. It really is my prayer that if you don't have a safe space and that person that you can just be allowed to be yourself, that spirit will bring that person into your life, that your paths will cross, that that divine connection that needs to be made will be made manifest so that you can understand that there's no need for you to carry any burden by yourself. There's no need for you to carry life as we experience it by yourself. Know that you're not alone. Know that I'm here. And if that's what you need, reach out. I'm here to support you. We're here to support each other. We can't do this alone. You were never designed to do this alone. So please don't feel that you have to be the superhero that carries the weight of the world on your shoulders. It really is my prayer that this year you will find peace. you will find a personal peace that is unshakable, that no matter what life throws at you, you remain rooted and grounded. That no matter what storm comes your way, you are left standing. So it is my prayer that you release yourself of any burdens that seek to keep you captive, and know that you have been created to live and lead an abundant life. An abundant life. You were created not just to survive, but to thrive. Please see and take recent events as permission to live your life unapologetically. This isn't a dress rehearsal. Give this life all you can give it. Give it everything. Don't let it be said that you live a life of regrets. When the time comes for us to leave here, it is my prayer that you leave empty, not holding on to things that you would have given a try had you had a little more courage, had you had this, had you had that. Take the leap. If for no one else, do it for yourself because you deserve it. It's a, I will say, again, this remains a judgment-free zone. And I invite you to share. I invite you to be a part. And I look forward to the time when we are able to get together and to share and to draw from each other, to glean from each other, to give to each other, to share our strength, to share our victories, share our sorrows, because you were never meant to carry them alone. So until next time, friends, be well, stay safe, and live this life on purpose. Okay, guys.